Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to Mississippi Girl Live Country Girl Prepper. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna give it to the 2 minute mark for anybody that's watching the replay. The 2 minute mark is when I will start talking. That way you don't have to wait for me to start or whatnot. You can just fast forward to the 2 minute mark, and then I will start the live stream there. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna give it about 2 minutes and wait for people to come in, and then I will get it started, y'all. All right. Hey everybody that's coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit the thumbs up button when y'all come in. I appreciate it. Hey PNG. Hey y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, all right? I appreciate it. It does help out the channel. Most of y'all know that. So I do appreciate it when y'all hit the thumbs up button. I'm waiting to the 2 minute mark. For anybody that watched the replay, that way you don't want to, wait past this part. Then 2 minute mark, I'm going to start what I got to talk about. Okay, so we almost there to the 2 minute mark. Thank y'all for coming in and hitting the thumbs up button. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let's see. All right. 2 minutes. We there. All right. So, y'all, some of y'all probably done already saw the articles or whatnot, but I'm going to talk about this because people often wonder, I ain't gonna say often wonder. There's a lot of people out there that don't believe in prepping. They don't believe in stocking up food. They don't believe in, they feel like it's fear mongering. They feel like you causing people to panic. But there is many reasons why you should be prepared for different things. And the article that I read is nationwide, okay? But they were specifically talking about a food bank here in North Carolina. But like I said, this goes for all food banks, okay? It's just that they interviewed a food bank from North Carolina, okay? So the $1 billion cuts, yes, $1 billion cuts that the U.S. Department of Agriculture has done has affected the food banks, okay? So they said that since the pandemic, there was a 20% increase in people that needed food from 2023 to 2024. All right. 130 orders from a Virginia food bank has been canceled. Now, this is since I read the article. It could have been even more. But like I say, this is happening nationwide. All right. So what's happening is they're saying that 3.5 million reduction cuts. Okay, 3.5 million reduction cut of federal funding has now made it to where food banks cannot fulfill orders. Food banks is struggling at this point. Like the food and stuff that they have on hand, that's gonna run out. You have to look at the people that actually need to use the food banks, the people that's on fixed income. What are they gonna do now? What are they gonna do when the pantries are part of their livelihood and the pantries can't keep up with it? That's why it's important to, I know, even if you're on a fixed income, I know you should be able to get $1, $2 every now and then here and there to get bags of rice or beans or something like that, from the Dollar Tree. A lot of times when we talk about prepping, a lot of people think it's just for, a nuclear mishap, something go on nuclear or something like, it's disasters. It's things like this that you need to prepare for. You need to prepare for everything, okay? Everything. I see pantry lines here, and I know back home, people, now there are some people that has started going to pantries that don't need pantries. I have seen people right here on YouTube, not knocking nobody, but it is what it is. There's people that's able-bodied that's making more money on YouTube doing those pantry videos or doing videos in general that will go to the pantry, and that takes from, people that actually need it. That's less food that could be extended out for elderly and disabled people. Now, I'm gonna say this in this video because I saw some comments on my other video. I don't have time for small-minded people. I don't have time for people that want to nitpick everything. When I do videos, I can't cover every single little detail. I'm not finna do that to myself. The video where I did talking about the weight loss with the obese drugs. Oh, I had a couple people that felt some type of way because I said we need to eat better. I said clearly in there's people that's disabled that cannot, be as active. I know there's people with medical conditions that cause things. I think I said with conditions that cause you to gain weight. But people came in the comment section just like, oh, it's out there leaving all these long paragraphs. I don't have time for that. I'm not even entertaining you. Especially when it's something that I have said and either you skipped through the video or you did not comprehend the words that came out my mouth. But you got on there bumping your gums through the keyboard, trying to. But I am going to say this because I speak for myself. There's a lot of people that just eat anything and everything and constantly eat and eat and eat and eat. And they're overweight. 600-pound life and many more. So there is. And 9 times out of 10, the ones that say something or get offended know that they probably doing something that they ain't supposed to be doing that is contributing to weight gain. I talk about myself. I'm 160 and I know it's because I've been eating crazy. I had lost that weight and I've been eating crazy the past couple years. I'm going to take accountability for myself. I cannot help if other people don't. Okay? So I say all that to say this about this pantry. There's a lot of people that is going to the food banks and stuff that don't need it. They don't need it. And they don't care about the people that do need it. Okay? So I said that about what people were saying in the comment because I know people gonna come at me for this live stream. And I don't care. Because it's the truth. And the proof is in the pudding. There's videos and stuff of people doing that. That the pantry, the food banks should be for people that simply has a fixed income, that's disabled, or that's just sickly and cannot work and they need help with getting food. Not people that is running around, able-bodied, being able to work, being able to move around and do things, being able to go out there and drive some DoorDash here and there to make you $20 to go get you something to eat. You should not be running to the food pantries because the food pantries is already experiencing a shortage. And that just tells you how people are. They don't care because they already cutting everything. They cutting everything left and right. It's already hard. And to have nitwits to go and just because and don't even care about the human being that actually need it. That is what's sad to me. Okay? And then for that's 2 Timothy 3:1-5. Okay? Lovers of themselves. People don't care about other folks. They don't care about other human beings. They don't care. And then you got things being cut left and right. And the people that really need it is suffering. The people that really need it is suffering. We talking about 3.5 million in reduction of federal funding for the pantries. If you're in an area where you have food banks, the day that those food, and I'm saying it because I have told y'all several times, it was a time where we was homeless. Like literally homeless. Okay? And we had to use food banks then. Maybe about 2 months. So, I know. That's there is older people that has medical conditions that's right here on YouTube. And they show what they get from the food bank. And you can look at them and you can tell and then follow their journey to know they have medical conditions. And they still get out and do what they can do for themselves. And then you got you got grown folks that's doing stuff like that on top of other people that don't care, don't care. I just feel like a lot of these programs and stuff, they should really crack down on the people that's getting the assistance. And don't it's like it's punishing them. Don't punish them. Have it really, really strict on who can get what. And then at the food pantries, it's no better. I used to donate vegetables and stuff. Some of y'all that's been with me, remember, I used to go and donate vegetables out of my backyard garden to the Salvation Army food pantry. And there was some women there, older women there, that I used to work with at Walmart that was volunteering at the pantry. Driving Lexus and BMWs and all that, coming always got to be G'd up, this, that, and the other. And when I would take my vegetables there for people that need it, before I can make it back to the car, they was taking it to their car. Some ooh, these fresh. Those people never got an even chance to see it. The people that actually need it never got a chance to see it. So, on top of the pantries is struggling because they can't fund, things because of the cuts. Now and on top of that, you got the people that's all for themselves that's taking the little bit that's there. Ask me again why you should be trying to prepare in some kind of way. Please ask me again. I mean, because the handwriting is on the wall. It's like right there, like right there. And it's sad and it's disgusting. It really is. It's disgusting. So now on top of the cuts and the pantries not being able to get food and stuff to the food banks, now you got to worry about the ones that knows it, that volunteers for the food banks. You got to worry about some of them taking what they ain't gonna be, we ain't gonna be getting stuff. You better get all you can. They gonna get that first and don't even need it. That's the sad thing. Don't even need it. Nope. That's why I said, and I continue to say it, I don't want to have to deal with folks. I do not want to have to deal with folks when it comes for as me needing something. And I know I'll never be completely prepared, 100% prepared. But if it could buy me some time, some kind of way, then I'll take it. So I do all I can. But I knew it was coming, and a lot of y'all knew it was coming. Y'all knew it was going to come. It was going to affect the food bank, the pantries. And that is where it's just really, really sad, because I see with my own 2 eyes, 4 eyes when I have my glasses on, I see that it's a lot of older people that really, really need, and not even older, it's disabled people. And when I say disabled, I'm not saying you gotta have like some physically where you can look. Some people are very sick and they're still considered disabled. They can't get around for medical reasons. Some people have mental problems, mental issues. I mean, what are those people gonna do? What are those people gonna do? And I know over the past couple of months, I have been hearing that the food pantry boxes has been getting lesser and lesser. So they've been trying to stretch out food and stuff. So, you know, so the food bank in Virginia, when they, I guess, interviewed them, is saying how it's a struggle. They don't know what they're gonna be able to do with orders already being canceled. So they put in orders, I guess, of the food that they need, and 130 of them was canceled. You know how many food banks is in the U.S.? You know how many people use the food banks? And the food that's in the boxes, that'll get a human being, a person, maybe, honestly, maybe a week and a half from the stuff that they had started, when they started lessening. And then don't talk about everything else is going up, because these people still got to pay their bills and stuff just like everybody else. That's one reason why they utilize the food banks, because by the time they pay their bills, they ain't got no money for no food. That's why I tell y'all, if y'all are preppers, if you are putting food back, don't just put back for you. Don't just, a lot of people say, I ain't giving you this. Look, I done told y'all, and I'm going to stick to it. A person that I know is able-bodied, you're not finna get, you're not finna be picking your teeth with no meat or nothing coming up out of here. A person that I know is not able-bodied, a person that I know may be sickly, a person that I know is disabled, a person that I know is elderly. Yes, I'm going to feed them as much as I can, because I know me helping them, God will help my family. But you got some people that's very selfish. But I'm gonna put this on your mind. Be selfish to a child or an elderly person or a sick person in the time of need. You may go open up your stuff and you have a can of worms. Don't play. You can lose everything you have at the drop of a dime. It can spoil. It can go bad. We are in the last days. Do you not think God is watching? Curl your tail back there and think you're going to open up a can of beans or something, it'll be a can of worms. Or it's spoiled. So don't be I don't know what that is. Don't be selfish, okay? If you can help a child, or you can help an elderly person, or a person that you know is disabled, you might want to help them. Because at the end of the day, all this mess that's going on, God is watching. God is watching. And God ain't told you to mistreat nobody. Now, for the able-bodied people, the able-bodied people, like I said in one of my videos, when I had to take care of something in one of my live screens, like I said, we prepare more than food and necessities. We stock up more than, and that's one thing I've told y'all, I would never show y'all that. I'm not going to show you how we'll protect ourselves for you to go get something better. That won't never be showed. And I've said that over and over and over. And that's what I mean. But we stock more than food, water, and necessities. Okay, so I'm not worried about, able-bodied people coming in. Oh, no. When I say you ain't getting nothing, you ain't getting nothing. No, you have ran out there. You have played around. You have talking about living normal and all this stuff and this, that, and then you think I'm going to give you some meat, some beans, some rice. You get a few crackers, about 5 crackers and a teaspoon, a teaspoon of peanut butter. Got your little carb and little protein. Now that's just how you gonna do it. Point blank, period. That's how you gonna do that. I mean, you better make it stretch. Them firecrackers in that little piece of, you better take a little bit at a time. Bite a little bit. You better do something. You better make it work. Because those are the ones I'm not going to fatten up. I'm not going to fatten no frog for no snakes. And that goes in different ways. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And you're not going to come take nothing either. Nope. Not going to do that. So it's getting serious, y'all. It's been serious, okay? But we're talking about people's livelihood who depends on their food and stuff. If they don't get it, what's going to be the next thing? What's going to be the next thing? You know, that movie that y'all put me on, I actually want to watch it again. I'm probably going to watch it again. Y'all put me on a couple years ago, Soylent Green. That movie, it says a lot. I don't want to have to get in no line, and may have to. I could lose everything I'm stocking up, but at the end of the day, I can say I tried. I don't want to get in no line and be issued out something that could have been grown in the lab or made in the lab that was supposed to be, grown from some human. Not human, from, no, not grown from some, grown from something that was live, like, like animals and stuff, but instead it was grown in the lab. I don't want that. I don't want that. The movie, a couple years ago, some of the honey buns on here had told me to go watch Soylent Green. I ordered it off from, I think, Amazon. Like, you can order it and like, it don't physically come to you. You pay for it, but it's Soylent Green. Soylent Green, okay? I want to watch that again, okay? Because it says a lot. And when you look at everything that is going on and shaping up and all this and that, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Yep, Soylent, Soylent. I think it's, let me see. I'll spell it for you. So it's let me make sure this is it. It's a 1973 film, okay? But it says a lot. If I'm not mistaken, they had a book on their desk that said 2020 or something like that. Mind you, it's a 1973 film, okay? But it's called Soylent, Soylent. Soylent Green, okay? If you Google it, I think it's saying, oh, you can watch it on YouTube, Amazon Prime. What's this? Hold up. Okay, so it's saying YouTube got it for $2.99 because it wasn't expensive. Got it for $2.99. Google Play Movies and TV got it for $2.99. Fandango at Home $2.99, and Amazon Prime got it for $2.99. Okay, and you can watch that. So I may still have it in my Amazon Prime account because I think that's what I used. Because I don't know if $2.99 was like a one-time fee for that or whatnot, or if I gotta pay for it each time. But yeah, y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much. Just go. I said what I had to say, and please understand when I'm doing these videos, I can't cover everything, and you have to listen to the words that come out my mouth before getting in the comment section, okay? And pay attention to what I'm saying, all right? That video, I always talk about the people that's not able. The people that's disabled, the elderly folks. And I'm still going, ain't nobody gonna stop me from saying that there are able-bodied people that don't do nothing. They're not doing nothing to help themselves. There are able-bodied people that has no issues other than feeding their face. If you're not one of those, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to the ones that has medical issues. I'm not, and I make that clear. I'm talking to the ones that are able to do something for themselves, and everything needs to be easy or free. Those. So, uh, so let me see y'all comments real quick, and then I'm going to hop out. Let me see what you who up in here, what y'all been saying. All right, let's see. PNG, thank you for coming in. Carrie Parks, hey. He knows what he's doing. It's sad. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Third term. And I think that's gonna probably happen. I think that's what I think. I no. You better be prepared with some food and water, okay? Let me see. Mel, hey. True, some people are selfish and lazy. Oh, honey, lazy ain't the word. Lazy ain't the word. And then they get mad, and it's the kicker. I'm talking in general, and people get mad. You know why? Because 9 times out of 10, it strikes something in them that they know that they fall in that gap category. So a lot of times people get mad, and it's fine. Okay, it's fine with me because I'm doing what I can, all I can do to make sure that this household over here is taken care of. Okay, and that I'm good. All right, so it's just like, let me see. Yep, the volunteers get first pick. Yeah. Making it make sense, and it's sad. It's like, oh my goodness. Right. I am disabled. See? And I'm buying lentil bags and rice. Eagle bones. Yes, yes, yes. And I know the Dollar Tree have a lot of well, I can't say a lot. I used to always see green lentils at the Dollar Tree. Now they got the red ones. It's like, okay. Well, at mine's, of course. Um, you had a stroke. I'm sorry to hear that, Carrie, but I'm so happy that you're still here with us. I'm so sorry to hear that. But see, like you, I'm pretty sure you could probably utilize some of those assistance programs, but those programs for assistance. But it's I mean, things are happening right in the open, and this the kicker. It's happening fast, mind you. We're in the beginning of April. Look how much has happened. It's happening fast, fast, and people is not even paying attention to that. Okay, things are happening fast. That's why how I think I have a soft spot for the elderly. Yes, yes, elderly and the kids. And I say disabled because you don't have to be old to be disabled. There's people with multiple sclerosis and all type of different things, bone deformities, from different type of medical conditions and stuff like that. So I would help the elderly. I wasn't raised not to help, not to help, see somebody in need and help. And that's one thing. I was raised to help anybody. But as being an adult, I have had to, like, now be like, okay, wait, I help anybody, but I'm not gonna help. I'm not gonna help somebody that could have helped themselves. That's where I changed it a little bit. I'm not gonna help somebody that can help themselves, especially somebody that you tell to prepare and do this and do that. And the only people that get a pass if they are adults is my kids. Okay? My kids. They can be 40 years old, 30 years old. Yes, I'm going to help my kids. Even though they going to hear me saying, I told you to stock up. I told you to do this. I told you to do that. They already know. I'll fuss and help you at the same time. That's just how I am. That's just how I am, okay? But push come to shove, yeah, I'm not gonna give somebody that was able-bodied that looked at me crazy or called me crazy for preparing when you're trying to tell people, to get you a little food, little water, little necessities and stuff in the house, and they looking like, nah, you crazy, you looking too far in there. I'm gonna live my life. I'm not gonna live in fear. I'm gonna live my life, and I'm not gonna do it. Okay, enough said. Cause what I'm not finna do is beg no grown person. I come on here because I know that I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people ain't gonna be honest with you. For one, it's my job. Okay, you have people, doctors. Their job is to take care of patients, take care of people. Okay, I feel my job is to motivate and inspire you to prepare and prep. And there's a lot of people on here. There are a lot of honey buns on here. Y'all are seasoned. You're seasoned in prepping. You've been doing this for a couple years now, okay? But my video may come across somebody that ain't thought of this. And they may hear me talk and be like, oh, I ain't never thought of that. I'm going to go get me some canned goods and stuff. Let me see what. Those are the ones you start to, try to reach out to. It's those. And in order for me to do that, I got to be on here. And I got to show. So if I'm on here and I got to show, I can't be out there doing, other things. So it is what it is. I have to, do what I have to do to make sure my household is good. So I'm constantly on the move. I'm constantly. And that's all right, though, because I'm trying to do what I can. And you got somebody that's out there worried about where the next party is. What the next what juke jump they going to next? They get paid and they go spend their money on things that's really not important, and they ain't gonna tell me you crazy. You ain't living your life. I'm living my life. I'm living it the way I want to live it, and that's making sure that I can feed my family if something happened, and I don't have to be out there in that chaos. Because inside, I'm kind of emotional when it comes. No, ain't count. I'm emotional in the inside. I'm not that type to show emotions like that, okay? I'm emotional in the inside when I think about people that may need help that ain't going to be able to get it. The people that uses the food banks, that when they get their box, that's like, to me, that's similar to like you work a whole week, 40 plus hours a week, and you go get your paycheck, and it's $100. Back in the day, my granny used to do a lot of house cleaning and stuff for people. And back in the day, it was all right to a certain extent. But when you think about times right now, and back in the day, sometimes they would go and work all week and get about $12, $13. It was all right to a certain extent back then because things wasn't as expensive as it is now. But it still was hard back then. So when they got, that's what they got. Think about a person that is already stretching meals, and they go stand in that line to get their pantry box. And what they used to have was a box of food. Now they may have a little bag of pasta, probably 2 cans of vegetables, maybe some type of meat, and maybe some cookies. And you looking like, you thankful, but this ain't finna last. This ain't finna last 3-4 days. And believe it or not, it's already done started. It's already done started. Like a couple of months ago, I started hearing people here talk about how the boxes just done dwindle down. So now my thing is, with these cuts, with the pantries going through what they're going through, Who? What? Is there gonna be a new assistant? What in the what? Hey y'all. Okay, it's 24 people still in here. So this phone went out. I don't know how long it's gonna be on. I put it on charger and it's saying that it's charging. I don't know, y'all. So I was hoping that once it was able to turn back on, that it would allow me to resume this live screen, because it said shutting down. Yeah, yeah. It's like can't win for losing. I can't even see. Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I don't even know. Okay, let's see. I'm hoping it allows me, and I'm not gonna be on here much longer. Um, I was trying to see y'all comments before it shut down on me. Um, $20 worth of food and the food boxes. Yeah, yeah, that's what it's gonna start being. Because they have been having issues, and let me try to get through y'all comments real quick, and then I'm gonna end this so this phone can charge up. I'm worried about how um, to pay my bills, and that'll affect all of us. And my thing is, those are the things. That's when you really, really pray. Okay, when it comes to the bills and stuff, and that's why we prepare now. So that be like the only thing we worried about. It's like bills, like things you could not really. But when it comes to food and needs and stuff like that, while you're able to take that burden off you if something happens, take that burden off you and try to do what you can. Like I say, we'll never be completely. We may have to leave this stuff we stocking up. We may have to go bug out. The thing is, we don't know. And that alone is like a gamble. But that's like, everything in life is a gamble. It pretty much is. Um, that's just a risk I don't want to take if I don't have to. I want to be able to say I tried rather than saying I wished I would have. Because, I mean, one thing I know, two things for sure, you gotta eat and you gotta drink. You gotta eat and you gotta drink. Food and water is the fuel for your body, like gas is for a vehicle. Those are things. That's why I harp about food and water. Some people don't. I mean, if that's all you can do, that's all you can do, and pray about the rest. You know, um, I don't talk about protection on here, like I told y'all, and I've been telling y'all for years. I won't show that. But if you're able to, whatever you're easy with, you're comfortable with, far as protecting what you're building. But yeah, do what you can across all boards, all the whole board. Do what you can across all boards. You know, um, because to be honest, these people is doing what they want to do. The actions that has been done, they are doing what they want to do. And you know what the crazy thing about these other countries, they not falling for that. They going tick for, and then I have to sit back and wonder, like, how I know it ain't all part of it. I never know. I never know. You will never know. And that's the problem. We'll never know. So trying to prepare to give yourself that little bit, lessen the burden just a little bit. And just know life is a gamble. Every day is a gamble. For the ones that say, I may not never use that, then good. If you may not never use it, have to use it, good. But what if you need it and you don't have it? You know, that's the important, especially when you see with your own 2 eyes. And for me, 4 eyes if I got my glasses on, just being honest. When you see though, what's going on, what's right in your face. Like, now I'm gonna say this right here because I used to hear the old people say it. The older people say it. And I never understood. I understand it, but it's just the sayings. You be like, but even though I understand what they saying, how many of y'all done heard an older person say, you ain't gonna be pissing in my cereal and tell me it's raining outside? See, that's what you ain't gonna do. I know it may sound crazy, but you get what that means. You're not gonna piss in my cereal and tell me it's raining outside. No. What's right in my face, what I see, what we all see, what's all over the news, I would be a fool to not try to help myself. And I say this in every video, and some people don't like it. Oh well, but it's the truth. It's fine because people don't like the truth. Faith without works is dead. You can pray all you want to, but you gotta try to help yourself. You gotta try to help yourself. God did not tell you not to help yourself. And then let him do the rest. But you gon' to me, it's a slap. To me, I'm gonna be honest. In the way I think, it's a slap. It's a slap in his face. Now me, this is how I think for myself. That I would go to God and ask for help when I ain't tried to do nothing to help myself. Me, myself, try to have a relationship with God where I don't, even though I know God is powerful and can do anything, how I think. I don't want to, in my mind, I don't never want to be a burden to nobody. And I don't want to feel like, I'm just saying, I know it's not a burden to God. I mean, it's God. But I don't want to just go and say, constantly pray to Jehovah about something that I ain't tried to help myself. And I'm not, let me get this right because somebody gonna analyze this. I know you give your problems to God, but sometimes we could have helped ourselves and not be in a certain situation had we would have paid attention or tried not to do things that has put us in situations. Even though it's hard because we're imperfect human beings and we're gonna make mistakes. Nobody is above making mistakes. Everybody that's living and breathing have made mistakes. But people try to act like they haven't. Whatever. Okay, you make one every day probably. Maybe your thoughts may make you make a mistake every day. Okay? You just ain't pay attention to it. I'm not saying that I know give my problem, but my thing is, sometimes when it comes to things like this, you can help yourself and people say, I'm just going to pray. I'm just going to pray. I'm just going to pray. Pray. That should be first. But you as a human being should not want to just do that and know God see that you ain't tried to help yourself. Now, I don't know what everybody's beliefs is, and I'm not going to go deep into that because I don't knock other people's beliefs, okay? My beliefs is a little different. But, I'm just going to say the way I was taught. If you get to heaven, when everything of the great tribulation and all that, everything go, everything happen in the order it's supposed to. Because I don't want to go too deep because people get sensitive when I'm just trying to, put it out there in a nice way without knocking anybody. But let me ask you something. Do you think, okay, if you go to heaven, do you actually think you're going to be up there not doing nothing? You need to you probably need to build your house and help out with this, that, and this. Some people feel like they go to heaven or something. There's nothing for them to do. Yet on earth, being laziness is not okay a good thing. Okay, there is from my understanding and my teaching, there's things you'll have to do up there. Well, heaven on earth. In general, there's things you have to do. It's not gonna be like, oh, no, it's things you gotta do. There's things you have to do. You know? Won't be no sickness and no death and things like that. But I mean, you should want to be up there beautiful. Well, you should want to be where it's, everything is beautiful. You can walk amongst the animals. They ain't attacking you and all this type of stuff. And it's just paradise. If it ain't nothing but you going and picking you a fruit off the tree, you had to go do it. You got some people that's down here, even though it's different situation, but you got to look at how I'm thinking. Some people will get it. They want everything given to them. At their hands and feet, they want everything given to them. And don't want to try. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't sit here and say, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to party hard and I ain't going to put no food back, but I'm going to pray to God and he going to make sure that I get everything. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. And I know my beliefs is different. My beliefs is different because of my faith. All right? But at the end of the day, some of it is common sense. It's common sense. It really is. My beliefs is different from Oronde's because we are two different faiths. I've talked to y'all about that. But I'm not gonna not have my beliefs because someone else believes different. That's you can believe different, But at the end of the day, I'm using me and him as as examples. He's told you, I've told you, he's Baptist. My faith is Jehovah's Witness. Y'all know this. Even though I don't do everything by the book. I don't do everything by the book. I'm a work in progress, okay? Because I don't want nobody to be like, oh, that religion, she doing all this, that, and the other. I'm not baptized in my religion. I hope to be one day. That is my faith. That is what I choose. Some people have been like, oh, you carry yourself dear. Even though you have to say things and do this, it just comes. I know. But we have two different faiths. And what I have learned, common sense. It don't matter about your religion. Common sense ain't too common for a lot of people. Your common sense. Now, there's people that don't believe in God, and I believe in God and Jesus. Okay? That's what I believe in. A lot of people think that my faith is different. They don't believe in this, and I don't know where they got that from, but no. Believe in Jesus, Jehovah God, and his son, Jesus Christ. Oronde faith, believe in God and Jesus. Okay? So, two different faiths, but one thing about it is common sense. Either or is one God. And I don't think it's fair for people to not try to help themselves. And just say, I'm just going to, do everything under the sun and I'm just going to go over it. Faith without works is dead. In the Bible, we talk about the ant. Back in the biblical days, they was working. What did Joseph have to do? He gathered food for 7 years because of the 7 other years that came for that was a famine. So why do people think that if they had to work and stuff back in the biblical days and different things, and there's different accounts about preparing in the Bible and different accounts about how the animals and stuff store food and stuff, why do people think that they don't have to do this now? I'm going to say this. Don't try to be a Christian when it's beneficial, when you think it's beneficial to you, and then you turn that switch off. Because in my comment section, I see that a lot, okay? Even older videos, when I was going hard with the news and stuff like that, people are still watching those videos and still commenting. And I see that a lot, you know? I literally see that a lot. Like, yeah. So, that's how I feel about it. Um, that's how I feel about it, okay? Um, it just is what it is. Everybody, may think different, this, that, and the other. So let me go back and let me see if this thing is charging for one before. Okay, it's charging a little bit. All right, so let me see where I left off with y'all comments, and then I'm going to get off in here because we are here 50 minutes, even though we had that little stop. Let me see. Okay, Libby. People are going to have a hard time adjusting to eating out the garden since they are used to eating junk from boxes and processed foods. Exactly. As of today, I have given up sodas. I have given up dairy, and I am limiting my gluten by a whole lot. And that started today. Okay, today. All right. So I am the only dairy that I will have when I say dairy, and I'm gonna see how it works for me. But the only dairy that I will consume is yogurt and cottage cheese. And like if I have shredded cheese on something. But as for having like milkshakes, ice cream, all that stuff, it's done. It's done. Dairy that I can get by with yogurts and cottage cheese and maybe shredded cheese. For its dairy. But when it comes to the milk, like eating a bowl of cereal, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't like almond milk, and I don't like none of the almond milks in cereal. I don't like it. Okay, I done tried so many. I can have the almond milk when I make like hot chocolate or something, but I don't like it for cooking, and I don't like it for cereals. So no. So I have limited. Like I said today, I limited a lot. Let's see. I have always enjoyed eating and cooking from the garden. Maybe. Oh, you're talking to Libby. Okay. Um, T King. Hey. La Familia Garden and Life. Hey. It's a setup, Carrie. My Snickers. Hey. Verdi. Hey. Prepping from watching your videos, I stocked up on beans and canned goods and gonna get more stuff much as I can. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta do it, gotta do it. Verdi, Tony said coconut milk is, and you know what? When I was gluten and dairy free, like I wouldn't have it, no gluten and no dairy, like official, like no gluten, no dairy, no type of cheese, nothing. Everything was gluten free and dairy free. When I did that, I used coconut milk, and I found it don't agree with me. Coconut milk and soy milk don't agree with me. Soy products and coconut stuff. I can do like if it's like a coconut milk, it bothers me, and I don't know why. I had the gallbladder then, so I don't know if it was maybe the fat content in the coconut milk. I know they got a low fat coconut milk now, canned low fat coconut milk, and when I bought some and looked at it, I said, that's not going in my food. It didn't look right. It was divided. It didn't look right. I pulled that out. So, I just have to like play around with it and see. But I know for a fact dairy is doing a number on me. So I'm away from the dairy, okay? And gluten. Gluten, when I was gluten and dairy free, y'all, like I said, I didn't even have to go to the gym. I dropped that weight. And now that I've been eating everything, that weight is back, okay? So, but I felt better when I was gluten and dairy free. But one thing that you have to pay attention to, you have to know your stuff. Gluten-free stuff don't last as long as your regular stuff. It like literally expires quick. So, when I'm doing my pantry, I have to make sure that it's enough stuff for if it's an emergency, and I have to be gluten dairy free, you know? So that's another thing that I have to pay attention to when I am building my stockpile, my emergency food, prepper pantry stuff, whatever you call it. I have to make sure always stock what you can eat, geared around your needs. Everybody's needs is gonna be different. Like I can't eat sardines. They give me mad indigestion. Sardines is something I can't eat. Now I can stock it for everybody else in the house, but I have to make sure that there is stuff that I can eat that won't give me no issues. So it gives me indigestion. Like time I take that first bite and swallow it. Um, I don't know if it's an intolerance, and it's kind of hard to find out what, like pinpoint exactly what, but I can't do it. So make sure that you are stocking up what you need, okay? What you can eat, because you don't want to have a whole lot of stuff. And then on top of that, you got to look at if the food supply is in trouble. You have to make sure that, just say if you're a person with celiac disease and you can't have gluten. I have a friend girl that stay around the corner from me. Her kids and her has celiac disease, and they cannot have gluten. And when you're stocking up, you have to stock up with a lot of raw foods, like whole foods that is gluten free. That you have to make sure, like your stock up pantry is gonna be different. You need more if you can have rice, more gluten free vegetables in the cans, things that don't have gluten. You're not gonna have a lot of cakes and pre-made cereals and all that stuff, because gluten-free stuff expires quicker. Even if you put it in Mylar bags, it just don't have the preservatives that other stuff, mainly the junk stuff, have. Okay, gluten is a binding agent. What people don't know, and you don't need it. You don't need it in your body. And gluten is found in breads, pastries, almost everything. And what it does, it holds stuff together. I was gluten and dairy free. I'm talking about everything was red. Don't give me no gluten. Don't give me no for over a year. So I know what to do. I know what brands I need. That's why I buy gluten free flour. So if I got to the point to where I say, hey, okay, now I know, and I'm to that point. I started back eating the stuff, and then I started back having the acid reflux. So I know, hey, this is something that I can't tolerate, because I wasn't dealing with it when I did weight gain. Dairy will do that to you. It inflames you. If you're sensitive to it, it inflames you. Gluten, if you're sensitive to it, there's a difference between a gluten allergy and a gluten intolerance. Gluten can inflame you, you know and I'm allergic to grasses and stuff, all grasses. So I have to pay attention, because a lot of flowers and stuff has a cross reactivity. It's a protein that create cross react as if I go out there and touch grass. So I have to be careful. And that I have to make sure that there's things in my pantry that I can eat. So it may be where canned chicken and rice, maybe something I have to eat daily, you know, if everything else is out. So that's another thing that you have to pay attention to. If you have a situation, you have to look for the stuff that lasts long, like rice, um, beans. If you can do beans, I can't do beans. Beans do not agree with me with my acid reflux. They don't digest. They don't. Another thing, when you're stocking up your prepper pantry, I have said this so many times, and I'm going to say it again. If you have stomach issues and stuff, look up eating for your blood type. I'm in the O family, okay? O positive. They had said one time I was O negative, but I think they said it O positive. Either way, a person that's O positive, what is it? What's the thing with O blood? The person that's O positive can give anybody blood that is positive. So if you're A positive, B positive, AB positive, if I was wanting to give blood, I can give you blood, but I can't take nobody's blood other than O. That's crazy, ain't it? A O negative person is universal. They can give anybody their blood. Okay? Whereas O positive can give anybody that's positive. So that's the little perks of being okay. But I say that to say this. There is certain antigens that is not in O blood. So O people that's in the O family normally have stomach issues. But there's a lot of things we normally don't get. Now we can get, but don't get. There's different diseases that there is not as prone to O than it is with A or AB or B or whatever like that. So that's why years and years ago I really studied eating for your blood type. All right, because that'll tell you some things about yourself. Not all. Now I'm not a doctor or physician or nothing. I said if you research, it'll tell you some things you're not prone to by being old. That don't mean you cannot have issues. So yes, old people can still have issues to some of the things that they say they may not. It's just not a higher risk, but you still can have issues, there. So, but there's different enzymes and stuff in your blood that don't allow you to be able to digest things. Don't allow you to be able to eat things. Allows you to be allergic to a lot of things or have allergies or intolerance. Those are the things you need to know and pay attention to when you stocking up your pantry. You don't want to have a lot of food. I hear a lot of people that just go get whatever. You don't want to have a lot of food in your pantry that you can't eat or that's on the verge of making you sick and you get it anyway. Okay? So that's why some things I have hauled, because a lot of people say, oh, you need to get this, you need to get that, you need to get this, you need to get that. Okay, I get it. But when we start eating it to try to test out, because you got to test your food out that you stock it up, just like you test your supplies, your power stations, your security, and all that. You got to test that stuff out, keep everything on the up and up. You got to do the same thing for your food because your body changing. Your body changing. What you could eat a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago, that's why it's important to get meal, flour, seasonings, seasonings, and then get salt, not seasonings with salt. You want to be able to add the salt to your food. Rice, beans, if you can have it. If you can eat salmon, eat that. Get things like that is less processed, I guess you could say. And then you can mix it up to the way you want to. Okay. I stock noodles. Those of you that's on my TikTok, I did a TikTok the other day, might have been yesterday or the other day about the noodles. But I've also said it here. Okay. But that is why it's best to stock up on things that you can make your meals out of in an emergency situation without everything being out of a can, unless it's a vegetable. Okay? Unless it's a vegetable. All right? Now, I'm not saying don't have your chilies, don't have, your soups. That's another thing. Soups in the can is high in sodium. But we did something the other night where I made rice. And I took 2 cans of the Mexican street corn soup and I added it to the rice. And we had that with what did I do? What did I do it? I either did chicken or pulled pork or something. One of those. It was a chicken or pulled pork, and that's what we had. Okay? So that soup, yes, it got a lot of soda. Throw it over some rice or in some pasta or add some stuff to it, put it in something in an emergency situation, open some of that canned soup up and put a bottle of water off in there and then add you some elbow noodles or something. Make it healthy, because if you're not the only one just eating off that, you're not retaining all that sodium that's in that one can, rather than you sitting there eating that one can. So you have to pay attention and strategize and come up with a plan. Okay? That's what you have to do to make sure that you're able, because these people don't care about you. I'm just being honest. It seems like people that's doing certain things right now it's all about them. Stuff is being cut left and right. You know, that's what just what it seemed like. Okay, it is nothing you and I can do other than trying to help ourselves, and that's just what we are. But like I said, it's not surprising, because Bible prophecies is definitely being fulfilled, if you ask me. Bible prophecies is definitely being fulfilled. And a lot of people don't even see it. Don't even see it. Hey, Curly girl. Let me see. Hey, Lady Terry. Hey. To start growing my own groceries, I have seedlings everywhere, getting ready to be planting my grow bags that are waiting. Let's trust God in all things at times. Yes, trust God and try to help ourselves. Show God that we are appreciative of what He do for us on a daily basis, and that we ain't just in our mind saying, "Oh, you do this, you help me, you do this." Try to help ourselves. Be thankful that He gave us resources to be able to grow food and stuff. Right now, think about it. He gave us resources. There's other countries that don't have their land and soil and environment. It makes it impossible to be able to grow. But we have the resources to grow food. I know some people live in apartments and stuff and not able to. I understand it. That's why you need to be stocking up on rice and beans if you can eat it. If you can't grow your own food because of where you live in an apartment or something, you need to be stocking up. Because some of us that has backyards and stuff, we need to be stocking up too, but we are able to probably eat out the garden to extend what we have stocked up. So, but everybody, there's no reason why everybody shouldn't be doing something to help themselves. But yeah, we have the resources. Let me ask you something, because I'm seeing names in here that's gardening that I know I don't see on the other channel. Give me a thumbs. 57 people in here. Give me a thumbs up or just say yes or something if you are on Amazing Grace channel. If you are on the Amazing Grace, because a lot of people, some people in the comments are still telling me that they did not know I had a second channel. So you see the gardening stuff on here, because some of y'all been watching the gardening stuff that's on Mississippi Girl Life. But all my gardening stuff is now on Amazing Grace Garden. So, and you're going to know it because I put Amazing Grace Garden and then I went and put Mississippi Girl Life in parentheses. That way, because some people saying they couldn't find the channel, okay? So, if you are on Amazing Grace Garden channel, okay, let me know in the comments, all right? Because I'm seeing people that I haven't seen over there comment that's actually growing food. My stockpile. I'm nervous about my stockpile due to relocating to. So are you scared that somebody's gonna start going through your stockpile? Is that what you're saying? Exactly. And exercise those resources. And ability. Exactly. Shana, I hope I'm saying that right. I saw a video way back where you used topsoil for your garden. Did you just use topsoil or added something? Can't find the video. Sandra, was that the video where I had them to deliver soil? Was when you say topsoil, Was it soil that was delivered to the house, or was it in a bag? Tanya, Sandra, Shauna. Yes, I watched both. Thank you. Lady, yes, yes. Did you get my email? I have to check Seabreeze. Cause I think when you had said to put the email down, I put it down, but I checked that day and I didn't see it. So I'll go back and check, okay? I thought maybe you forgot or something. Oh, you can't take your stockpile with you. Oh wow. Um, you're relocating to family land, but you can't take your stockpile with you. That's what you're saying? Whoever won. Okay, so for those of you that may be in here that's not on Amazing Grace Garden, that's what I'm gonna be doing a lot of my garden stuff at. I got plants that needs to be planted. We've been at 80 some degrees weather. It's been hot, but today, well, last night we got some rain, and today it was on a high of 63. So it was a little cool, or whatnot. But okay, so hold on. Who asked me about the soil? Sandra. Okay, so Sandra. All right, let me see. Are you okay? Are you saying yes to it was soil that was delivered, that I had delivered to the house? Is that what you're saying yes to? I watch your live, just never come in having problems with it's in my hands. I still arthritis in my hands, but still trying to grow fruits and vegetables for our family. We must do our best. Trust God. For the rest, exactly. Exactly. Thank y'all so much that for everyone that subscribed to both channels. I appreciate it so much. So y'all are honey buns over here and ladybugs over there. All right, all right. Um, moving to Louisiana to get a shed. Oh, got you, Florida. Honey, I'm trying to think because I'm saying to myself, I have to come up with something. I don't know how your money is, but if you say you getting a shed on your family land, honey, I don't know if you want to get two and take that stockpile with you. But I don't know, everything. That's just I pray and ask God to show you, what to do. Because I mean, if you got a stockpile of food and stuff, I mean, I wouldn't want to leave that back neither. So I understand. Yes, it was so that was okay. Because I just had some delivered, and I'm gonna be doing me getting it ready over there. But I'll go ahead and tell you that topsoil has turkey manure in it. Okay, so what I do is I take my Miracle Grow granulates. Now some people can do it. Some people, it depends on how much, where you getting your topsoil from, if it has anything in it. Now, when I get it from the place here, um, they just tell you it got turkey manure in it and that a lot of people use it. Okay, so I get it, but I always add extra. Now, when you get that topsoil, you gotta put some perlite in there. All right, when it's just the soil and your manure, you need some perlite. I just went and bought bags of perlite, but I ain't got around to it. The soil, we got it from the front. It's in the back now on a tarp. You gotta have perlite. Some people, they say they put sand in it and all that. I don't do that. I know somebody had come in and asked me why you don't fill up your buckets with leaves and cardboard, because I don't want to. I don't want to. I garden the way I garden. I don't want to. So when it comes to that topsoil, perlite. Some people say you need sand. Some people need it. I use perlite. Okay, perlite gonna help with drainage. You need that. Keep it air, keep the aeration good and all of that, so your plants can grow properly. Perlite, and if you want to put some fertilizer in it, you can. Now, what I'm doing is my perlite and my Miracle Grow. For that, I don't do water soluble Miracle Grow for a soil like that. I put Miracle Grow to granulates, okay? So, perlite and Miracle Grow granulates, mix it up and you good to go, okay? That's what I'm doing. Now, if you get topsoil that's already got a compost in it, got whatever, got fertilizer in it or whatnot, then you don't even have to put the Miracle Grow. I'm putting the Miracle Grow because that's just what I do. Okay. I don't know how much turkey manure is in it. I don't know how much is actually fertilized. So I'd rather go ahead and add me some more fertilizer to it. All right. Um, but you don't even have to do that. Some people just buy that topsoil, and if ain't no perlite or nothing in it, they put perlite in it. And some people just then you can put that, and you can fertilize with a water soluble if you go ahead and put it in, wherever you're gonna put the topsoil, put your plants and stuff in. When it's time to fertilize, you can do that. But I don't want to have to go and hit it with the Miracle Grow powder, which is the water soluble. I don't want to have to go do that. I want to just, when I mix that, I already know that it's got fertilizer in it, fresh fertilizer in it. Okay, so I make sure though, if it ain't got no perlite in it, get you some perlite. Or if you choose to use sand or whatnot, I don't recommend that. That's just not what I use. Okay, but that's all you got to do, honey. Just put you some fertilizer in it. If it ain't got no fertilizer in it, put you some perlite in it, mix that around, and put it in your containers. Put it, wherever you gonna grow stuff, and that's it. Turmeric and black pepper for arthritis. Got you. Oh, and Angela said turmeric and black pepper for arthritis. Um, okay, you're talking to Florida. Tracy is talking to Angela. It's just topsoil in a bag. Oh, so if it's topsoil in a bag and there is no perlite or nothing in it, put you some fertilizer in it and some perlite. Okay, you need the perlite so it can help with drainage. Okay, because you need that soil to drain. So if it's just plain out topsoil in a bag with nothing in it, add you some fertilizer. And if you don't want to add the fertilizer, you don't have to. Once you get it in your bags, put the perlite in it. But once you get it in your bags, and you get your plants or whatnot, and they able to take fertilizer, then just if you want to use 511, if you want to use a water soluble or whatnot, I just think it's better to use the granulants. And the granulants, they depending on which brand you get, they last for a couple of months. They feed for a couple of months. And you got some people use some people put vermiculite and bone meal and all that. If you want to do that, you can. That's why I use the Miracle Grow. It's already have all that in there. They have organic. I don't like the organic Miracle Grow fertilizer. I don't. And y'all know I'm a big Miracle Grow person. But I don't like the organic. It stank and it do not do what the all-purpose do. Okay? So I like the all-purpose, all right? I use Miracle Grow, use bone meal. Bone meal with vermiculite. I've been using banana juice too. I got some rain. Got you, Tracy. Yeah, I just use I don't do banana water, banana juice. I don't do none of that because here I'm coastal and we already work with flies a lot. That's why I don't like the Miracle Grow organic because it stinks really bad and it don't do what the all purpose. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like, and this is just my opinion, there's a place for synthetic and there's a place for organic in the garden. Okay, I think so a lot of people don't like Miracle Grower because they say it's not organic or whatnot. Honey, you got so much going on outside they that will make your plants not be completely organic. Yeah, you can't control the particles that actually goes down in your garden. I feel like stuff that says organic, if I didn't see it being put in the bag and know exactly what's in the bag, then I don't say it's organic because a lot of things is put on packages to make money. When I was gluten and dairy free, I didn't want the gluten was bothering me. I had bought some General Mills cereals. I said, well, let me try and see if this. When I ate them cereals, oh my goodness, and I'm like, these gluten free. What's going on? so I started researching and found out that the company that it can have gluten in it, long as it's 10% or less. They don't have to put that it's gluten free. Okay? They don't have to put, no, they can put that it's gluten free if it has less than 10% gluten in it. But you take a person that has celiac disease or something like my friend, she can't even take that 10%. So I knew right off bat someone right, which made me research. So I look at that when it comes to other stuff. Is that bag that you put in the organic matter in organic? Hey, maybe I look too deep in it. So I'm not big on buying stuff just because it say organic. I know when you put stuff out there or anywhere in the garden, you got so many elements. You got animals that's in, you got cats and stuff, you got birds droppings and squirrels and stuff that's going through and all this. You got just the particles, the air particles that's falling down and falling on stuff and all that can play a role in making your garden not organic. I feel like organic is just another way to get deep in your pockets. Okay? That's what I feel like, Will it work on rosemary? Can I use it? I don't do the numbers, Sandra. I don't do I don't go that deep. I keep gardening simple. Very simple. I do not go, if they wasn't worried about it back in the day, especially when I was learning when my granny was teaching me how to grow, if they wasn't worried about all these things now, I ain't worried about it now. When they come to 10, 10, 10, and 5, 5, and 5, 7, 1, and I'm keeping it simple, and that's just how I do. So, honey, I don't even research and no, I stick to my all-purpose Miracle Grow. I put some perlite in some if it ain't got it, and I put my stuff in there and I water it. Make sure you got sunlight and water it, and that's all I do. That's all. If I see some yellowing going on, where my Miracle Grow, cause and I know I ain't over watering. That's just how I do. Just how I do. When I do my garden, I get a lot of foliage, but not a lot of fruits. Are your plants, whatever you're growing, are they spaced out? Like, do they have enough space? Are you overcrowding? That would be one thing. Are you fertilizing? Is it getting enough sun? Do you have good pollinators? That will be another thing. So see, it's important to have flowers to bring pollen. Honey, marigolds is not welcome in my garden. I know a lot of people say that. Marigolds is not welcome in my garden. No. I do certain flowers, just because I like them. I don't do it to have pollinators. To me, pollinators gonna come with the elements of the back of not the back of being outside. When you growing food, to me, now this is how I look at it, and how I've I'm a seasoned gardener. I consider being a seasoned gardener a simple way. Them tomato flowers, them eggplant flowers, what else? Them squash flowers. Those my flowers for pollinators. I don't have time to be having, all the now I do put flowers in there, but I don't say, oh, these are good for pollinators, because it tell me that. I went where I wasn't even putting flowers back there. The grass and stuff alone bought bees and stuff in my area. They bought pollinators without me even having to do flowers and stuff. So once you have those flowers from those fruits, them bees and stuff is coming. you know? So that's just the way I look at it. And I've had successful gardens, okay? So, yes, they have plenty of space. I don't know, honey. I don't know what that can be. Um, and good sunlight. Yeah, I want to do certain ones. You know how they have those PAX trees that say pollinators and they be like all type of flowers, but they be having a lot of grass in this that grows up in that too. And I'd rather have that like if I had a field or something, and I just throw some seeds like that or whatnot. But I want to have like I like my the flowers I like the elephant ears don't bring pollinators like that. But I'm just gonna name out that when it comes to the flowers, I love my roses, I love my elephant ears, I love my daffodils, I love my snapdragons, my pansies, my petunias, my begonias, um, my dusty millers, and my violas. I like those. And I like to see that when I walk out. Not really for no pollinators or nothing. It's just for aesthetics. I like just because I like flowers. And as for my roses and my elephant ears, they're in the front in what the little area I have for my granny's memorial. Like, um, in honor of her, not memorial, like in honor of her. Since I'm not back home to go visit, the gravesite and stuff, I just have like the flowers that she taught me a lot about. The elephant ears, the rose bushes. So I have them in the front. So they're not even back there in the garden. Okay. But back there is the snapdragons and stuff. And yeah, I don't really do it for bees. You like those too? They pretty. Yes, I use chicken manure and they get a lot of sun. Chicken manure. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Now, I have experimented with some buckets that I put from my first flock of chickens. What, about 3 years ago? About 3 years ago now. My first flock of chickens, I had some plants that I put some of their chicken manure in, okay? Because you got to let it break down and stuff or it'll burn your plants. You can't just be putting it directly in there and you can't put too much because it's very potent. I experimented with some plants with some chicken manure. I couldn't wait to get that stuff out of my daggone buckets. One thing I know is it's very potent and you only need a little bit of it. And that now I will say those plants got stunted and they did not give fruits. So I didn't know you was using chicken manure. And if you're having issues, watch that. Because if that chicken manure is in there and not worked around good and you water and it get that manure with the sun, let alone, is not good if it's not broken down right. That's the thing. It has to be broken down right. So Sandra, because I was trying to figure out, like, if you doing everything, why you not getting, that may be it. Because I know some of the, and what was happening is they was putting manure in my buckets when I didn't know, thinking that, oh, you can over process it and your plants they won't do well. They won't produce right. So I didn't know that. I didn't know you was using that. So be careful with that. I'm not saying that is what it is, but I'm saying through experiences, that could be. Another reason now, I stick to my Miracle Grow. Okay, that's another reason. Because it's just easier. It's easier. Now, something were to happen and I don't have no Miracle Grow. Now you already know. I already know how to break down that chicken feed. Okay, I already know how to. I'm gonna tell you because I have done this and it's nasty. But I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you. What I did as an experiment again. So it is nasty because I took some of the chicken poop like when it clunks up. And I put it on a sock. Not a sock, a stocking. Tied it. And I dipped it in a 5-gallon bucket of water. Dipped it. So it got dark and kind of, it was nasty though. And scooped that out and poured in my plants. That was a lot better than actually having just the manure in there. And so I know I'm always trying to figure out if something happened, I can't get Miracle-Gro, what else can I do? So, and that worked. That worked. So you got manure, don't get rid of your manure. Because you can definitely do it like that. You can put a little bit, if you don't want to do the stocking thing, you can put a little bit in a gallon of water. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. The thicker it is, the more potent it is. So if you put just a little bit and keep it thin, like, you should be able to fertilize your plants with that. That's if push come to shove and you have to, use that rather than using the Miracle-Gro. So that's just a little tip, something that I have experimented with, okay? Speaking of elephant ears, do they come back? Yep, they should. They should. So when mines are still there, they take a long time sometimes, especially if they was from the bulb. I gotta go out there and look and see if mine has came back because I have mines in the front. I don't think so. I gotta see if the bulbs has started, but I know each year that if you start from with the actual bulb instead of the buying a plant, I know each year they come back a little sooner. Okay, but around springtime they should start coming back. So if you just got them and you done had them for like a year and you saw them from a seed bulb, then it may take a little longer. Okay, and this is the crazy thing. Make sure that your bulbs is in. If you got it in containers, make sure that your bulbs is in there because these squirrels, I would have never even thought that they would even try to take the root of an elephant ear plant. But yeah, I learned because I got one that be out there in the front just crazy as I don't know what, and he goes after my elephant ear pots. And another thing, one of my bulbs was damaged one year from squirrels that was in there digging and trying to hide food. They was hiding their food in my pot, but in the process of them digging to put the food, in the pot, they was messing up my bulbs. So that's another thing. Last year we planted them ground in the winter. Don't see them at all. Oh, because mine came back. And I didn't do nothing to them. They died off in the winter and they came back. Learning to grow out here in Cali. It rains all the time, but out here it doesn't. I have elephant ears bananas, but I have to learn the climate out here. So water. Got you, Tracy. Got you. They come back as soon as your climate warms up and stays warm. Mines come ready between the southern Georgia and northeast Florida. Got you, Shauna. Yep, their mines normally will come back on their own with no problem. Erica Davis. Hey, you're so right. God bless you. When God bless us, He wants to bless others. The scripture is about the selfish rich man. Yes, Luke 12, 16, 21. You know what? Let me see. Make sure I look up that scripture. Oh, what's it over here? So, tomorrow I will be putting up a honey bun suggested when I did the video last week about 2 Timothy 3, 1-5. Y'all know that's my scripture. Y'all been following me for a long time. You know that's my scripture. My grandma used to always say that. Always say that scripture. And that's always been my scripture. That's one of my scriptures, okay? But I did a video about that last week. And one of the honey buns on here made a suggestion and was like, do they see a wonderful word Wednesday coming? And I like that. So I shouted her out in the comment section, not the comment section, my community post about that, because I like to give credit where credit is due, and I like to give credit when people give me ideals and stuff like that. That I'm just that type of person. If I'm gonna take a advice or something from somebody, I'm going to give them credit. So thank you so much, honey. So wonderful word Wednesday will be something new on the channel, and it's gonna be inspirational. Okay. We'll probably go over a scripture, and I didn't even have no idea to do this. I just wanted to do 2 Timothy 3:1-5 video last week, just randomly, and look what came out of it. She gave me a suggestion to do wonderful words Wednesday, and that is what I plan on doing every Wednesday. So when you see that come up, then if you want to, then come in and it won't be nothing long. It's just inspiration on Wednesdays, I've been telling y'all for years I'm trying to get closer to God. Yeah, I'm trying to get closer to God um by doing right, okay? That's what I mean by doing right and trying to stay on the straight and narrow. We all need to try to get closer to God. Meaning, you all needs to try to, do right and just be better people, because all of us can be a better person in some type of department, okay? So yeah, so that is what's going on. I meant to say, when God bless us, he wants us to bless others. Yes, Sharon. Yep. I wish I could give away more of these seedlings. I gave some, but I hate to grow something and just throw. I know I don't like to throw away. I'll find somewhere to put it. If it's got to go in the ground, I'll find somewhere to put it. I hate throwing away seedlings. I do. From Jill. And I said before, we appreciate you. Thank you for the shout out. Showing love. You what? So La Familia Garden and Life. That was you that said it. I know I put it in the community post and put your name. So yeah. So thank you so much, honey. So yeah, I will be taking your advice and doing that tomorrow. And God's will be every Wednesday. Wonderful Words Wednesday. WW. Let me see. Triple W. Triple W. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. You excited for it? Me too, me too, me too. I have to work on it tonight so I can go ahead and film the video. I may film the video tonight or film it tomorrow and then just put it up. But God's will, it'll go up tomorrow, because tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday, ain't it? Yeah, today's Tuesday. And then y'all know I don't celebrate holidays nor birthdays and stuff like that, but I do acknowledge my kids. When I say that, I don't go and be saying, happy birthday parties and all that, but y'all know how I do, okay? Some people will be like, oh, you still say I'm acknowledging. Okay, that's the way I look at it. So, April 9th, tomorrow, Kylie will be 15. Oh my goodness. So, OJ turned 16 last month. Kylie will be 15 tomorrow. And God's will, Tatiana will be 19. And I'm only 38. I'm still young. I'm still young. I'm just playing, y'all, but I still am. Still got some youth in me. Because I just turned 38 February. Let me see. I say OJ turned 16 in February, and I turned 38 in February. Kylie will be 15 tomorrow. And God's will, Tatiana will be 19 in May. And Oronde will be 44 in August. God's will. So yeah. So I'll make sure that I film that either today or tomorrow. But either way I will, because I know she wants to go have her, I don't even know what she wants. I make them whatever they want that day. And then y'all know we do the sweet treats or whatever, wherever they want to get sweet treats from or whatnot. we get something for everybody, and then they get something personal, and that's all I do. That's all I do. Is to me, it's you turned another age. You're you know how y'all get what I'm saying. I ain't gotta explain. Y'all get what I'm saying. So that's going down tomorrow. So I'll still get you said me either, curly girl. I'm lost, honey. What you saying me either to? Um where is so you can get to know the character. Um okay, Tracy. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Tony, for coming in. Yes, please vlog y'all's outing time. That would be nice. And y'all notice I really enjoy y'all family. And see, when I do the family vlogs, it's like people don't really watch them. Seem like so I haven't stopped doing the family vlogs. I just haven't been doing them for that reason. And also I feel like a lot of the prepping has been more important right now because of everything that's going on. So no, I haven't stopped vlogging. It's just that, you know, I've been trying to catch up on stuff. Oh, you don't celebrate holidays neither. Got you, curly girl. Got you. So, it's like I've been trying to catch up. Okay, especially with over here and with the other channel, but I don't want to do content and people don't really watch it. It's not, especially when it's family. Now I do some news stuff because y'all know I slacked up and wasn't doing the news since what? I was going hard with the news stuff, and it's just doing news constantly is depressing, and that's why I stopped. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest with you, just telling the news, the pay was good. Okay, I've told y'all that I'm open. But I stopped it because ain't no type of money worth my happiness. Okay, and that's where a lot of people get lost and stuff. No type of money is worth is worth me being unhappy. Okay, so that's why I stopped it. Now I am incorporating it, in here because of everything that's going on. But I definitely don't want the channel to be all news. Okay, it's just been a lot of news going on that's serious right now. But I definitely don't want it to be all news. But my thing is, with me having a variety channel and always been a variety channel, I'm not one that's liked enough for people to come check to see if I have put up a video. I would say that, okay? I'm not on the popular committee when it comes to, I'm on the popular committee if people think I'm in distress or something wrong or it's gonna be something messy, and then I'm in the popular committee. But if it's like I'm doing daily vlogs and we're happy, we're doing this, we're doing that, people don't want to see it. And I noticed that in my thing, so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna put that time and energy in filming and editing and stuff for nothing. So that's why sometimes I ask, what is it that y'all want to see? I'd rather put up what y'all want to see. So I haven't stopped doing the family vlogs, just been busy doing, other stuff. And I got so many plants out there that needs to be planted in Amazing Grace. So many plants. I got so much stuff. So if y'all been watching the videos over there, you see I've been doing start hauls. Now I gotta plant that stuff, okay? So, yeah, so I haven't finished, honey. I'm glad that you say you like the family vlogs. I am glad that no pressure, lady. Oh, I understand, La Familia. Um, I make I make 64 May 1st. If it's God say the same. My youngest grand made 19, March 14th. Oldest grand is 24. Grown children, son 45. Daughter 44 and 40. Oh, daughter is 44 and 40. Well, time don't stand still. No, it don't. Not for nobody, Tracy. It don't. It keep on going. And we have to keep going with it, okay? So, y'all, this has been an interesting and good live stream. I really enjoyed talking to y'all, but your girl gotta get up out of here. I don't do the astrology anymore, but hey, birthday twins. Got you. got you on that astrology. Yeah, I've never, you know, sometimes you may hear say, oh, somebody say, oh, you're a Pisces or something like that. And I don't want to be rude or nothing, but I don't do astrology. I don't do zodiac signs. None of that stuff. Okay. Sometimes I be like, oh yeah, I'm that Pisces, I'm that, and then I have to catch myself like, girl, no. But growing up, a lot of the astrology stuff, the zodiac signs and stuff like that, I was always taught not to believe in it. And then as I got older and really, looked into it more myself, then I choose not to do it. So I'm with you on that, honey. I'm with you on that. I mean, we can acknowledge without celebrating like birthdays and how for the ones that don't celebrate, we can still acknowledge that we made it another year or your loved one made it another year. Like, that's a blessing. That's a blessing from God. So, just because we won't do like, going out and doing all this and it's my birthday and I'm gonna do all this that no. But I will excuse me, acknowledge and do something, special, a little something, and that's what it is. A lot of times people like to pick and pick apart and try to find something. I don't care because every time I do, somebody say, I thought you didn't celebrate holidays. I thought you didn't celebrate birthdays. I don't. You don't see me out there throwing these big birthday parties. Now, when I got on my own couple years ago, a couple years ago, no, when I got on my like 2008, 2009, 2010, stuff like that, I was on my own. I was married and stuff. I got married at what, 22? Married and stuff. And yeah, I did the Christmas and all that type of stuff just to do it. Just to do it, but it didn't sit right with me, so I stopped. I stopped after so many years. Now, Rondé was like, he understand that we have two different religions, and he's not gonna force me to do anything. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna let nobody force me to celebrate something I don't want to celebrate as being my own individual. But he's never tried that or anything. So, but I did celebrate like Easter, so, and it wasn't the what people say the meaning of it is, because my beliefs is different. It was just to do it. Just to do it. And it's like, do you just want to do it or do you want to follow? One thing I would say, y'all know the history. Well, my grandma raised me, and I have an uncle that I consider my dad. But my biological dad was not around, okay? My biological dad wasn't around, but when I got of age growing and stuff, I know it was 2 times out of the year I was gonna hear from him. And I'm the type, I don't hold no grudges or none of that stuff. Is, you call me, I answer my phone, we talk or whatnot, and it's just like you've been there all my life, even though I know you, but I don't know you like that. Like, I know, you know what I'm saying? So I knew he was gonna call me 2 times out of each year. He was gonna find a way, to call me. So there is one thing I took from him out of everything. He passed away 2021. And that hit me very hard for somebody that, I'm not like wasn't around and stuff like that. I wasn't in my life. Them 2 times out of a year meant a lot to me. So when I got that phone call, and me and one of my brothers, I share the same dad with one of my brothers. And, it was left up to us as the children to, get things together for his passing or whatnot. So I talk to him every day. I talk to the hospital staff every day, and, just like, and there was one thing out of his whole life that he would tell me when I would talk to him. And he would say, Tamika, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And that is something that's what I can't, that's out of everything, that's the only thing that I have of him is that saying is you'll stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And so when it comes to I was just celebrating stuff just because everybody else was doing it, even though my beliefs was different, I stopped because I don't want to fall for anything. I want to stand for what my beliefs are, what I believe as a human being who has that right. And so that was one thing. You got to stand for something, as long as it's good. It ain't nothing bad where you harming nobody, nothing like that. You got to stand for something. That is what I took from him. That I carry with me throughout my day to day. That's why I feel like, I don't have to do it. That's just the way I look at it, or whatnot. So, but yeah, I can still acknowledge and be happy that I made it. In fact, my birthday was February 21st, and I was happy I seen 38. I was happy. I went and got me a little something that I don't normally eat or whatnot. I'm happy, but I'm not finna go out there and expect gifts and all that type of stuff. I'm not looking for that. I'm just happy to have seen 38, and with my kids, like I say, when I was choosing to celebrate things and stuff, because growing up, it was not allowed. I grew up in a family we didn't celebrate any of that stuff. So when I made the decision to do it, then, like I say, it went on a couple years, and then it didn't sit right with me. So now though, but those are my kids' experience. Christmas, presents under the tree, Easter egg hunt. They did all those things when they was little. When they was little, they did all those things. I think I stopped. I stopped doing it just to do it. I think might have been 2016. Like, I just did it just to do it. Like, but my beliefs weren't in it. So yeah, my kids experience, and I have explained to them, why it was just to do it. It's just, I'm not gonna hold it back. It was just to do it. Something that I didn't get to do growing up. But knowing the meaning and getting older and growing and knowing what my teachings was and being able to tell if I feel the same, rather than it just being like pushed on, like not pushed on you, but just being the rules of the household or whatnot. I was able to decide myself if I wanted to continue with my beliefs and my practicing, and that's what I chose to do. So now, I went back to not doing it just to do it, because it was just to do it. It was just to do it, just to see my kids run and play and do this, that, and the other. That's all it was. I still had my beliefs. So it wasn't really true to me, okay? So that's why, because I know some of you probably done saw the pictures. I have a picture where, I think it was around Christmas or something, but it was something on base. They had, one of the guys dressed up or whatnot, and Tatiana took pictures. That was just to do it. But now that I'm older and stuff and able to, I won't do that. I won't do that now. I had to stand for something or I will fall for anything. And at that time, I had stopped standing for my beliefs and was just doing it. So, yep. I don't celebrate holidays anymore. I acknowledge birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, and baby showers. I stopped holidays last year. Got you. Yeah, and I do anniversaries, baby showers, yeah, and I do something special when somebody make it another year, but nothing like, I don't do that. We were pregnant at the same time. Imagine my children at the time. Oh, you talking to Tracy? It's a growing process for all of us. No one knows everything. We all fall short, but God, yes. That's the thing. That's the thing. I always talk about growth, growing. Some people live and never grow up. They never grow. They never have growth. But if you experience growth and growing, you will see how you change. I have saw how I have changed just from the end of last year. just from the end of last year, I have saw how I have changed just from turning 38 February 21st. It's like it just naturally happens, okay? You know, because I done had several opportunities where I could, where I could have done, you know, let the old MGL come out in these YouTube streets. But I haven't, because that's growth. That's growth. The way I was 10 years ago, the way I was 20 years ago, the way I was 5, 6 years ago is different. And it's all part about growing, growing. And you know what? I always say, I didn't make mistakes. They was lessons learned. That's the way I look at it. They was lessons learned. And one thing about it is, when you learn a lesson and you fall for it again, that's when I won't even consider that a mistake. That's on you. Sometimes we will fall for things 2 or 3 times. But at some point, you got to get it together. You got to, and that's the way. So I always say lessons learned. That's the way I look at it. It's lessons learned, because we supposed to be learning. But some people never do. They never do. They never learn. Some things take long. Yeah. I have a lot of things that took long. And I was always raised to be kind and nice and stuff like that. And one thing I had to learn was people would take my kindness for weakness. And I allowed anger to happen. And, that anger turned into altercations and things that, I would do differently now. So, what I learned from that is, don't let people take me there. Don't let people take me to where I know I could go. Yeah. And that was part of growing. But it took some years for me to get to where I am now. And then it seemed like the older you get, the quicker you can shut things down and not do things, and the quicker it becomes, the quicker it happens. So I can say I know. I know, and I've never been the type to have, I know I say I used to have a temper. I only had a temper when people would push me and push me and push me. And then when it got to be too much, it's like, oh, you got a temper. Oh, you got a temper. No, you pushed that button a little too much, because I was kind and I was nice and I let you, do and say what you want, until you just took it a little too far. And now that I'm flipping out, now it's me. I got a temper. No, you opened that can of worms. You wrote that check that your behind wasn't able to cash. And that's just the way it used to be. And then it's like no off switch. It's like it used to be no off switch with me at that point. But I gave chance and chance and chance and too many chances and too many chances to it. But now, I'm not going to tell you that I will allow so much stuff and not say nothing. I'm not going to tell you I'm passive 100%, where I will allow you to just do. And do. I'm not going to tell you that, because I'll be lying, and I ain't finna lie to you. But I have a different way I look at things and see things, and I know now, back then, people just wanted to provoke you. And I used to fall for it, especially when I knew I didn't do anything, But now it's getting older, and that growth and part of growing. Now it's like, I'm going to handle this a different way. I'm going to handle this in a different way, To a certain extent. You get what I'm saying? To a certain extent, I would say that, because ain't nobody gonna lay hands on me or nothing, and I don't do nothing. That's just, I'm gonna have to pray about some things later, but we gonna go ahead and and take care of what's got to be taken care of if it goes that far. Okay, but other than that, growing, being a better person. And that don't mean you was a bad person. That just means, it could mean you just handle situations differently. Because, you know, people, you know, took you there, or situations took you there. Whereas now you may still handle that situation the same, but it'll take you a little longer to handle that situation the way it may needs to be handled, you know. I would lay hands to the, oh yes, I've never been that tight. Like I told you, I was a fighter in school. And if I wasn't doing that, people tried to bully. I'm not finna be your bully. I'm not. And then it was like, oh, you crazy. Why are you doing it? Oh, such and such tore up the room today. She got the fight with this and she just went off. Because I gave you chance after chance. You're not finna, I'm the smallest in the class. I'm the smallest in my whole class. Like, that don't mean you get to pick on me and push me around and talk to me crazy and all that. That don't know. See, I used to borrow stuff in school. Well, it's like, Johnson, you get suspended. Because you bought, I didn't bring no weapon to school. I borrowed that. That was in that classroom. It was already in there. I am like 90 pounds and she about 350. You ain't finna. No, I borrowed it. And that's just the way I was. That's just the way. And when I think about it now, kids would do things to provoke it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they knew what the outcome was gonna be. But it was just, something to talk about, something to just, they want to see a fight in school. And I've never been that type. Now, that was something that was instilled in me. Somebody lay hands on you, you better defend yourself, or you come home, you're going to have a problem. I wasn't raised up to be a passive person. Just let people just, but I was raised not to start none with nobody. But I wasn't raised to just be that, that no passive person. No. So that's just the way it is. But I do handle things different. I recognize I'm more observant of how individuals are, the schemes and the tricks of individuals. And it's funny, it's funny. People would go so hard to make you so unhappy, and they'll sit up and look at you and laugh and just get a joy out of bringing you down or stealing your joy. And can't nobody do that to me no more, and that's part of growing. That's part of growing, getting older. Let's see. I used to fight my own battles, but I've learned to let God fight for me. Yep. I do that to a certain extent. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a work in progress. But it's just some things. I do that to us. And when I say that is, you're not gonna walk up to me and start messing with me, and then I say, cause I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna let God handle this. You in my face starting some mess, acting like you want to get froggy. I'm gonna encourage you to leap. Yup, I'm gonna encourage you to leap. Hope you ready. Hope you ready. Because it don't have to be like that. You in my space bothering me. So I'm gonna have to pray about that a little bit more. Who was that said that? Tracy. I'm gonna have to pray about that a little bit more. I already know that, to get to that point where somebody can be like physically in my presence stirring some mess, and I say I'm gonna let God handle that. Cause right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, now I ain't made it that far. I already know my mind ain't fit. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I calm down a lot, but I can't. I'm just honest to God truth. God know I can't do that. I can't do that. I've had like 2 incidents in person, people I don't even know, in the last 6 months, just out the blue. And I can tell you, I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I ain't made it that far yet. I'm trying to get there, but I ain't made it that far yet. I can't do that one. Not right now, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting there. We are. Remember, we are we are imperfect human beings. Okay, we are. We are. And I come from a family that gets you right on together real quick. Yeah, my grandma didn't take no mess. My mama, my biological mom, don't take no. My brothers, I come from that, so it ain't gonna happen overnight. Okay, I ain't got to that point yet. I wished I was there, but I ain't got to that point yet. I cuss like a sailor and always ready to fight, but God makes a difference when you learn to trust Him. Exactly, exactly. I get you. I come a long way. You are a wise individual. Thank you, Denise. I will lay hands to the fan. I understand. Sometimes people go too far. Coolest man alive. Hello. Um, okay, you're talking to Tracy. I didn't start it, but I will finish it. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yup. Yup. LOL wasn't a bully. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. 350. Good luck. Woo. Okay, let's see. Okay, y'all talking to each other. We all are work in progress. Yes, Tracy. Yes, we are. I still slip up when driving out here in California. These people shake my head. My grand said I need video. LOL. Yes, yes. I understand. Like I said, we are imperfect. And that's why I want to go sit here and tell you that there's somebody, physically in my presence. And I say I'm going to let God. I can't tell that. I've came a long way, but I ain't say I was completely. I used to get bullied and made fun of a lot too, MGL, especially in middle school, but it's all good because when I see some of those people now, I will just leave it there. Exactly. I've had a lot of them. I fought almost maybe about 8 or 9 times a school year. The little times I was there that I wasn't sickly. And I fought. And, I let things go. I forgive people and all that. But I do have a couple of send me Facebook requests. Them requests has been there for a couple years. I ain't finna, no. But, and another thing is, I know people can change, but when I look at your page and you doing the same mess that you was doing in school, and we 38, well, actually, a lot of my classmates is like 39 or 40. Now, when I think about it, I'm like, it's only like a few of us that's like the same age. How everybody else is okay. So, but you still out there wanting to fight, want to start stuff and all this stuff, and you gonna send me a friend request? No, I don't need you on my page. I don't need you. I see you in the street, act like you don't even know me. Don't say nothing to me. Don't none of that because you ain't changed. And I'm not associating myself with that, so I get it. Some people like, girl, that was in school. I don't care. They still doing the same thing. And the mess that they put me through in school got me fighting and doing all this Nope, I don't want to deal with nobody like that. In school or not, I don't want to deal with nobody like that. And they still doing the same old stuff. Same old stuff. Thank God I don't look like what I went through. I understand, Tracy. I understand. Calls them a fool. I understand, honey. But y'all, I wasn't supposed to be on here 2 hours. I was not supposed to be on here 2 hours, but the conversation was just so good, okay? So I appreciate y'all coming in. It is 4:27. I appreciate y'all coming in. When you see me in the streets, remember you don't know me. In my T.I. voice. I know that's right. I know that's right. That's why I got friend requests from 5-6 years ago. Nope. I had one gonna tell me, she sent a message and sent me a friend request and gonna say, I see you done put on a little weight from in school. Duh. I done had kids. I'm older. Duh. I'm like, yeah. I can clock that real quick. You trying to be funny. You trying to be funny. So yeah, that was clocked on my radar. Like, time I read it, I'm like, then I went to the page and I'm like, what? Are you serious? You still out here trying to fight people and getting, and the crazy thing about it is you're still trying to fight people, trying to be bad and getting whooped. Like, I was like, okay, yep. They got time for it, never responded, never accepted the friend request, and not going to. So, God bless all of you and yours. Thank you, Teresa. Same to you. So, thank all y'all that came in. I appreciate y'all. I'm finna get off in here because I got a couple things I need to do. For those of you that say that y'all enjoyed the family vlogs, I have not stopped. That it's just right now, I want to get some of this new stuff out because it's important. Okay, so we're not doing, it's gonna get a little bit of everything and whatnot. But it's just what I can do at the time and what I think, because I do have some videos that's filmed, that's I do batch recordings. But I'm putting out what is important, what's on my mind that's important right now. Was that I have a lot of prepping videos and stuff that's, is ready to go, but I'm putting out what is important, and I have to do it that way because I got to get out there and get that stuff planted. So, yeah. So, the vlogs have not left. They're not going to be as often, the family vlogs, because there's so much other stuff that's going on. It's so much, like, we really need to be paying attention to our supplies and these tariffs and these other countries that's responding to the tariffs that's being put on them. We need to pay attention to that, because when they increase the tariffs for stuff that's being imported in their country, the prices here going up. Have y'all not seen it? I was finna say something. That's another video. Have y'all not seen it? The prices they already start going up. And I don't think people paying attention to it. So, that other country that said that they not backing down, and they putting tariffs on stuff that on all U.S. goods coming in. If them companies got to pay to get that stuff shipped over there, they gonna charge us an arm. And think pantries and stuff is having a problem now due to cuts. And then you going in the store, we already been complaining about how much stuff is since the pandemic and over the last couple years. It's already hard the buy something. You already go in there, you get 3 items for $60 now when you go to the store. Seem like it. We can't afford for nothing else to go up high. And it's doing it. It's doing it. I got a video that's pre-recorded that's got to come out about that very thing. And you're being warned. We already been warned. We've been warned within the last couple of days. Came right out the source's mouth. So, I mean, it's not something that I'm just coming on here just telling you. It's in the news. It's right there. Read it. Pay attention. It's right there. Like, it's not made up. It's right there in the news. Okay? It's right there in the news. So, we just gotta watch. Yes, girl, our eggs were $24.99 for a 60 count. Woo! That's $25 for 60 eggs. And not to mention, people gotta have money for gas and travel to work and stuff. They gotta buy more than eggs to eat. That, just think about this. And then I'm gonna get off. $25 for some eggs. how much meat, and I'm saying meat because protein, good source of protein, iron and vitamins, and it's gonna last longer in your body. It ain't gonna burn through like, how much meat can you get for $25? But you spend $25 on a 60 count of eggs. Because I'm gonna be honest, you go and buy a 12 count, that ain't gonna last long. Because eggs is a big part of a lot of people's groceries. A lot of people meals. People that bakes. You know how many eggs that's used? You know how many eggs is used for a family? Just a family of 5. If I didn't have chickens and get my own eggs, and I go and buy a dozen eggs, do you not know it takes about 7 or 8 eggs for a family of 5 to have a good portion? I can easily, if they medium or something, I can easily cook a dozen of eggs for breakfast for a family of 5. Because mind you, I don't have toddlers. They eating adult size meals because they almost adults. I don't have toddlers. So, a almost 19-year-old, a just turned 16-year-old, and about to be 15-year-old, they eating good portions of eggs when eggs is made. So, and then me and Oronde, that a dozen of eggs per breakfast. So, yeah, that's a lot for some eggs. When if you can probably get you a beef roast, or maybe a pork shoulder with a Boston butt, something like that. Y'all know I put that in the crock pot and it'll last a couple days. You could get that for $25. But instead, just think, we're a family of 5. I go to the store and I'm gonna need 60 count of eggs. If they $25, that's $25 out of my grocery budget for that shopping trip for one item. That's a lot. Got you, Niqua. Hey, Niqua. So, can you say recession, depression? I have been saying for years, and I'm just talking about me, because I know what comments I got after. For years, that we better get back like it was in the depression days. Some of y'all that's been following me know I've been saying that for years, and I got a lot of backlash. A lot of people come out, oh, you're fear-mongering. You're panicking. You're fear-mongering. All that. It's never going to be a depression. All them comments. Videos is on the channel with the comments. I ain't delete them. That's what was said. Well, look at it now. About 4-5 years later. Bet you didn't think eggs would be $25 for a 60 count in some areas. It's not about fear. It's actually seeing what's going on. And like I say, I'm a work in progress, but I know the Bible a little bit. None of us is going to know that Bible completely. None of us is going to know every scripture in that Bible. That's why you're supposed to study the Bible constantly. That ain't something you just read a book and know the book. Okay? So that's why I say that. So if people will read and understand and take time out for God and read the good book, you'll understand that Bible prophecies is being fulfilled, and no man on this earth is going to be able to stop that. Being able to stop that is like you saying you going toe to toe with God, and you don't want to do that. I don't encourage nobody to do that. No. The Bible said in the last days, these things was going to happen. And that's the way it is. Simple as that. So, all I can do, because I ain't finna go toe to toe with God. All I can do is read, and yes, Father, I read it, I see it, and what I'm going to try to do is try to do the best I can to prepare And that's all I can do. Then I gotta pray to you and pray that you do the rest for me and my household and my family. That's all I can do. That is all I can do. Because his will be done. Simple as that. I gotta get a new Bible, fell asleep reading it, and my 3-year-old wrote and ripped it. Aww. Yep. Get you a new one. Get you a new one. But that's just the way it is. That's the way it is. And what gets me, I have a lot of people that, Christians, come in the comment sections and they say they are Christians. And I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. They say they are Christians who, for some reason, miss the different accounts in the Bible where it speaks about preparedness and give different accounts that people had to do back then to prepare, and then you miss the fact that God say these things will happen in the last days. And I'm trying to figure out what part of the Bible are you studying, or what Bible, because you come and be mean and nasty and think you just doing something in people comment sections and downing somebody that's telling people to prepare or pay attention to what's going on in the world. What type of Christian are you? Because I ain't hearing it. I'm not hearing it. I will let you bump your gums in the comment section and right to your fingertips is nubs. And I'll go right on past it. Simple as that. Because I'm trying to fit. And that's why I say stop being a Christian when you want to be a Christian. You do not turn that on and off. I never tell y'all that I am, I'm holy and that, because I know I'm an imperfect human being and I make mistakes and will make mistakes, and God know we gonna make mistakes. It depends on how many times you keep repeating that mistake, and are you gonna pray and repent and try not to do it again. But there are some people that say they think they perfect and above others. Nobody is come on down. Come on down. Because I was taught God gonna clean out his house too. So you're not above. And I need you to go ahead and dig deeper in your Bible and read and not only read, comprehend it and get it all together, and don't go listening to what somebody else tell you. Read it for yourself. That's another thing. I'm not down in nobody. No, I'm not down in no preachers. No, none of that. But sometimes people can go to their place of worship and never read their Bible. They just listen to what another human being tells them. And then they go and they repeat that to other people. Sometimes when we all read things out the Bible, our comprehensions may be a little different. So if you don't read that for yourself and try to meditate on what it's saying and try to get an understanding, then who's to say that someone else's way of understanding it is right? And I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's just the way it is. That's the way it is. A lot of people take from what they hear somebody else done said. And have y'all not seen a lot of the things that's been going on with a lot of, I'm gonna say this, Christian folks in the news? People giving their money and stuff to people. Sometimes you got to be very careful, because sometimes you can be funding other people good times. That's what I'm gonna say. We should be reading for ourselves and make sure that the knowledge we are receiving from people is legit. That's what I'm trying to say. No matter who you are, we need to read for ourselves and see if what you're hearing is actually true from the book. Okay? Um, and then a lot of times, common sense is what it is, but it's not common for everybody. You know right from wrong. You know you shouldn't mistreat people. You know you should be kind. These are things you don't even have to read in the Bible. God gives us senses to know these things. So some things is just obvious. You know what I'm saying? I try not to go biblical because I know everybody beliefs and stuff is different. But this is really just common information. Okay, so when it comes to prepping, and before you encourage other people to not help themselves and just pray, I just ask that you go and read your Bible a little more, go over some scriptures, meditate, and see if that's the right thing to do, or if you should try to help yourself in some kind of way. You know, if it ain't nothing but you get a bag of rice from the Dollar Tree a week, if that's all you do, something. But the comments be rocking sometime, y'all. And I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I'm getting comments from like videos from 2 or 3 years ago. Because when I get comments, they just come in as they come. Whatever video, if it's a video I did 8 years ago and somebody just not coming across it and they read that's now in my YouTube studio. Now that comment is now above others. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm getting a lot of comments from news articles, and giving my commentary back 3-4 years ago. I guess they just being recommended to people now. That's crazy. And they are commenting on it. And that's why I say I'm getting a lot of different opinions. And that's fine. That's fine. But that don't make me change my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why it's taking longer for me to respond to some of y'all comments, because like I say, I'm getting comments from videos from 5-6 years ago, 3-4 years ago. Whatever YouTube is recommending to people and they coming across and they watch it, if it looks interesting to them, they watch it, then they comment. When I go to my YouTube studio where I work out of to answer y'all comments, heart y'all stuff and all that, I see those videos. I see those comments. Because in there, unless I go to a specific video and say, let me see who responded, I don't do that. I don't go to specific videos. If I put up a video, I go to my YouTube studio, to check what comment. But I be having comments that's been put from other videos that's now first. So in the order that they come in is the order that I see it. So if it's a video from 5 years ago and somebody watching it right now and they comment on that video, when I go to my studio, that's the comment I see. And then I see the comment that came in maybe 15 minutes ago, and then the comment that came in maybe 20 minutes ago, and then the comment that came in maybe not 5 minutes ago, maybe 30 minutes ago. So it goes from the most relevant. So I don't always get comments that's from my most recent ones. That's another reason, because I don't go into the individual thing and I don't have time. So I just go down the road when I have time to sit and go through my things. So I see a lot of comments and I just don't respond to them. I don't respond to them. People being nice, nasty, trying to be slick, they under their fake accounts and stuff, and I can read through that. Thank God that I have the discernment and the read between some of that. A lot of fake accounts that come in, and you can tell when the devil is in the midst of something and somebody is trying to say something to try to get you, feeling some type of way. You can tell that. A lot of us can tell that. And I just keep on, yep, you'll be all right. Whoever you are, yep, you'll be all right. Nope, not today. And that's just the way I do it. So bear with me when it comes to the comments, okay? because it's over 2,000 videos on this channel. Over 2,000. So that's a lot of videos, and I don't know, I'm not complaining, but YouTube is recommending a lot of my older prepping videos from a couple years back. I have news videos when I was doing just strictly news. I got one video, it was an article, and they still coming on to my, it's debunked. It's debunked. That's satire. I'm like, really? So, some of those I don't even respond to. I just, keep going. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm just rambling at this point. And this thing got later. It's almost 4:50. So thank y'all for coming in. Make sure you pray and prep. Okay? Continue to pray and prep. Do what you can. Be vigilant. Use your discernment when you see the news. And just try to be prepared. That's all I can say. That is all I can say, okay? So I'm gonna get off of here. Thank y'all for coming in. I really enjoyed this live stream. Like I said, it was supposed to be a 20-minute live stream, but hey, I'm not complaining. When the conversation is good, then I'll stay. I'll stay and watch if I'm able to. Sometimes I have to get off because I have stuff to like leave and go do or whatnot. But had a little bit more time, so I really enjoyed it. So I will talk to y'all in the next one. Thank y'all for everybody that supports your girl. I appreciate it. That supports Mississippi Girl Life and also that supports the Amazing Grace Garden channel. I appreciate y'all and y'all supporting me, but I hope I'm being inspiring to a lot of y'all. Okay, I hope I'm motivating y'all to do a little bit more if you able to. That's always a win-win situation for me. All right, so that's just the way it is. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off. And I'll talk to y'all next one if it's God's will. Okay. Bye.